And the title of this episode is Don't Knock the Knock.
That's a good one.
Cheetos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today, we're going to talk about Don't Knock the Knock. Let me sip my non-sponsor, not getting paid shit, Nitro Cold Brew.
And let me sip my Reed's craft ginger beer. Reed's.
Shout out to Powdered Toast Man. Speaking of Powdered Toast Man, before we start this episode called Don't Knock the Knock, I just want to give a quick shout out to a fan of the show who donated a Powdered Toast Man.
Pop.
A fan of the show actually showed a little bit of love and donated a Powdered Toast Man toy. And the fan of the show's name is Janet Teezu.
Thank you, Janet.
T-E-E-Z-U.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
Janet. Welcome.
Pop. What are those called? Pop. Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Funko Pops.
So,
Fuck with it.
yeah, shout out to
Fuck with the Funko.
Janet Teezu. Thank you for showing the channel some love. We love Powdered Toast Man, and yes, shout out to Powdered Toast Man. Today's episode is called Don't Knock the Knock. What does that mean exactly? Sales professionals, business development folks, we sort of shy away from literally taking action and physically going to the place where your potential prospect is. This is referred to as door knocking, and we want to encourage entrepreneurs and business people and salespeople that
to not shy away from it.
Don't shy away from it. There's nothing wrong with door knocking, but there is a proper way to handle it. You must maintain the highest level of respect because you're sort of coming in their bubble.
Yeah.
It's easier when it's a business. I can tell you that right now. It's easier if it's a business, but when you are door knocking on a home to consumers, may get a little bit.
So I've been seeing, I'll send you the clips, but I've been seeing so many failed like door knocking in like residential areas to homeowners. And some people but it's also people who go like constantly to these neighborhoods selling pest control and security cameras and all this stuff. And people just get exhausted of it. But like, I feel like there needs to be a change in the strategy, right? It may work for some people, but it doesn't work for other people. I have more experience. Obviously, we have more experience going just to businesses, which, you know, I kind of relate to that when I talk about the strategy with homeowners. I feel like when you're talking to a homeowner, you're on their property, you just got to get right in there and say, I'm here to talk about this. And it's either yes or no. If someone's interested, they'll say yes. If they're not, they'll say no.
The last guest, Matt Degatti, I liked his approach that he said on when he says he called somebody, or you could even use this when you meet someone in person is, hi, my name's Matt, or hi, my name's Andy. I'd like to help you out. Mm-hmm. I'd like to help you out. I like that.
That I really like. What I also love is making sure that they have some sort of value pre-contact. So, for example, the way that we're doing things with NavGen is we're sending them, if in certain scenarios, it's not for everything, but we send them the issue. We send them the issue if they know about it or not. And then we contact and say, we're here to help you with this, right?
Just to let everybody know, here in the studio, I could cut glass with my nipples because Jake loves running the air conditioner.
It wasn't even me. I'm the one who asked, and then both of them started to cry in happiness.
Please shut that thing off.
They started to cry in happiness.
For the love of God. So when it comes to knocking on someone's door and kind of potentially invading their personal space, because people love avoiding salespeople. Let's all just keep it real. Even if the person's like, I got a truckload of gold in a tractor trailer that I can't have it anymore because of tax reasons. Do you want it? And you would be like, oh, hell no, get out of here. Oh, hell no. But I have 300 metric tons of gold. You can have it. There is a repellent mindset when people know that a salesperson's knocking on the door.
Because there's a lot of these salespeople just try to get in, even if they don't need the service, they just try to get the sale.
Exactly.
That's the biggest,
and if you deal with a professional sales or whatever business development person, that person should be coming to you as a consultant, as an advisor. If someone, I'm going to tell you right now, I literally just had this conversation with a potential client that I have tiptoed away from opportunities because I didn't want my name, because I knew I couldn't help them. That was the thing. And I had to walk away from that. So I don't even know what my point was to even bring that up.
Realistically, is that like I think the way you're going with this is like, you're gonna go and you're gonna try to sell everyone, right?
Leave that in. That's hilarious.
I think the point,
because it's so fucking real. Anybody else would be like, please edit that out. Fuck that.
I think the point is that like these people try to sell everyone, even if they don't need it.
Anybody and their mom.
But the thing is like, why do that when you could just skip the people that don't want it? Do you want it? No. Do you want it? No. Do you want it? Yes. Okay. Instead of spending 30 minutes trying to convince these people that don't need it, that they do need it, move on to the next person and make the sale.
Like some people say that
you can sell water to a fish.
Yeah, they say that. But you know in your heart that the fish doesn't need water. It's about giving people consultative sales.
You gotta go. You gotta be like,
the show's a train
wreck.
The
fish doesn't need water. It's been a couple weeks since I've recorded. The fish, you know the small violin with those like the dog needs food commercials. The fish doesn't need water. And what is that? What does that sound? You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's what.
So when you come forward as a consultant and you are trying to sell somebody, always lead with hinting that you don't need the sale. If you are a true consultant and you are a true advisor and you have a high moral code, you won't sell something to someone that doesn't need it. So when you're doing door knocking, make sure that, let's just say you're door knocking for roof. You're doing roof canvassing, which is, I have a little bit of a background in that. Years ago, I used to work for a construction company, and Dan used to bring me out in his truck. I was just a kid, and he'd be like, go down those streets and go look at the roofs. And I'd have my little thing of door hangers, and I would knock on the door, and I have my little tie on, whatever. I was dressed nice, and then I would give people an option to get a free estimate. But when I went, I never knocked on a door that I felt their roof was in good shape. You know why? Because it's not right to try to sell something to someone that doesn't really need it, especially a roof. But what we want to advise people that are doing direct door knocking, direct solicitation to homes or businesses, the first step, and we can put text up, the first step is to always maintain the highest level of respect. That's rule number one. What do I mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're going into their space. You're just showing your face. Hey, buy my stuff, right? You got to understand that you have to take into consideration and put yourself in their shoes, that if you just showed up to yourself, how would you feel? So just be as respectful as possible. Make sure you convey what you're trying to do to help them. Give them an option, but don't pressure to the point of they're like, oh my God, get out of here. There's a balance.
Medium. Yeah.
You have to understand, if somebody says, I'm not really sure, and you see damage on their roof, or you see something in the business, like let's say somebody's business is down 30%.
Or their windows are dirty, or there's spider webs.
Even if you're a growth consultant and you spoke to the general manager and he's like, dude, we're down 30%. You're like, hey, in regards to the 30% reduction in volume that came in this year, what are you going to do about fixing that? Because I'm here to help if you want to talk about that.
Talk them through their own pain points. That's a huge piece.
Exactly. So
you got to make sure that they actually convince themselves of those pain points, because some people will just take these issues and whatever it may be. It could be fucking dirty windows. It could be as deep as what he's saying. But some people just kind of brush it off, like, oh, I'll deal with that next week. But if you are talking to them and you have them explain to you those pain points and you hit on them, that's going to help you get in the door. It's going to help you get the contract signed because you're kind of coming in to fix that situation for them that they may have brushed off.
So that brings us to the second rule of door knocking is lead with help. Help them with their issue. Help them with their problems. You are there to help them reach a goal or fix something. That's it. So the second rule is help.
Help!
The other thing, the next thing that I think is very important for people to pay attention to when you're doing door knocking is it's kind of hard to put into words, but your approach. So when you're speaking to someone, try not to come off too aggressive. Pay attention to your body language. Almost position your body like
away from them a little bit.
Away, and then that you're willing to leave. You know, a lot of people do this with their hands, like this, to show like, hey, I come in peace. This is all subconscious body language stuff.
If you're doing seal coating on a driveway or power washing or cleaning the windows or whatever it may be, if you're doing a service or roofing, right? While you're doing that service, go to the homeowners that are visible to that home and say, hey, I know a lot of people say this, but we're actually doing Samantha's house over here. We have the equipment. If you guys want it done, we can swing by today or another time, whatever. It's just an option. Just wanted to notify you that we are here and available. And if you need it, reach out to us, leave them a card, whatever it may be. Don't be so and almost say this stuff while you're walking away. People want what they can't have subconsciously, right? So if you're talking to them and you give them the information, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, just wanted to notify you and bring you the opportunity. I would have been annoyed if I didn't. And then while you're saying that, just wanted to bring you the opportunity, whatever, walk away. Because before they even talk, right? Because in some cases, they're going to say, okay, and then they're going to think, if you're trying to sell them, they're going to think immediately, I don't want to talk to you. But if you're saying, just wanted to notify you, but we're here if you need us, here's my card, whatever it is, you're walking away, they're going to think, oh, he's not trying to pitch us. This is weird. Maybe we do need this stuff. And she goes, hey, actually, can you give us a quote? Can you look around and give us a quote? It's really powerful, the body language that you're giving off, because like I said, you got to break down that barrier. That there's a big barrier, especially for door knockers. If you notify and then retract while you're giving them information, just let me know. We'll be here. My name's Jake. This is my number, whatever. That breaks down the barriers, because you just saw them. You gave them the info. They can go back inside. They'll never see you again. Or if they do need it and they just don't like salespeople, they might call you back and say, hey, give me a quote. You're already here. Do it. Why not? And then you may get the sale that day.
So the third rule be don't be too pushy.
So that's that. Being pushy is what brings up those barriers. Someone may need your service or whatever you provide, but if you're too pushy and you're abrasive, no one's gonna want to fucking work with you. I've seen videos of people who did the security cameras, and the thing is, they talk like absolute douchebags. Oh, hey, you're the homeowner. Just the things that they say, like you're the king of the castle.
King in the castle.
You don't need all that. You don't need all that. Just give the value, And if they talk with you, find the issue that they're dealing with, give them the solution. But if they don't want to talk to you, just want to let you know, thank you. Leave them with a good impression, because at the end of the day, they're going to remember, oh, this guy was nice. And all these other guys were fucking assholes. All the other sales guys. This guy was nice, and he was doing Samantha's house, or whatever the fuck it was. And
then I would say the next step when it comes to door knocking is, remember, when you are there and you're presenting your solution, your problem solving, what are you going to do to help? You have to wrap it up. So I would say wrap up or wrap it up would be the next the rule is, you are there, you presented what you have, wrap it up unless they invite you to stay longer.
Yeah.
So you got to use common sense and just people skills, like when you're interacting with people. Do you feel like they want you to be there? You can look at nonverbal cues and know that they want to wrap up. Maybe the baby's crying.
Yeah.
Maybe they got to get to something.
Their dog's barking.
Maybe the guy was in the middle of mowing his lawn or something. There's a gazillion things that could be happening. Just know, don't wear out your welcome.
Yeah, don't hold them hostage. Yeah.
Don't just, when you feel like, okay, they got the information, before you piss them off, wrap it up and move on. Now, the last and final step is always set an expectation of what the next step would look like before you walk away for door knocking. Is, I gave you my information. Want to link up on Monday?
Yeah.
Just set an
Schedule
expectation.
something.
Put it in your phone. Write it in a notebook so you know that business or that homeowner, you have somewhat of a warm lead. They want to talk, and then say, and you can also say, rather than just saying, hey, yes or no, do you want to talk, and setting up a follow-up, you can say, and if you're not ready to do this now, maybe we can catch up in a few months. And if they go, yeah, that's actually better, put that in your book.
Even something that has less commitment is like you wrap it up and you go, actually, or maybe you mentioned this before, you kind of set yourself up. We're actually going to be doing a neighborhood or someone in the neighborhood right across the street next week. I'll swing by then maybe, or something along those lines. Like, I'm going to be back in the neighborhood in about a week or so, or in a month. I'll swing by again then. And then they go, okay, sure, or no. And that, honestly, that like either gets you in the door and you swing by in a month, or, you leave it alone and you swing by, or they don't, whatever. But that's like, you can get a temperature gauge by saying something like that. I'm going to be back in the area in about a week or so doing someone else in the neighborhood. I'll swing by real quick and just see how you're doing. Leave it, gone, you disappear. Never heard from, that's it. Yeah.
And that would be the last step, which would be setting expectations.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that everybody that is trying to generate more business, and you've tried all these different things that you've probably maxed out, there is nothing wrong with going out, and I refer to it as grabbing the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
I am a big believer in it. You go out, you control your destiny, you go get what you want, okay? As long as you're providing value. Go out, get off your butt. Don't just sit there and go, well, I don't have any appointments on the board. Nope, time to knock on doors, okay? So there's nothing wrong with it. Don't shy away from it. And if you're trying to generate business and you're trying to hit goals, go out there, shake some hands, and make it happen.
Thank you so much for watching us today and joining us today on this beautiful Friday afternoon for watching. Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you next time. Peace out.